First of all, I'm going to show you what the bauble looks like once it's covered with fabric, and then I'll show you how we get there, and then I'll go through the process of decorating. So these baubles come with a little of a seam that runs down the circumference. What you can do is you can run an elastic band. I just want to make sure I can actually see that line. Okay, there we go. So you just take your pen and just start marking right beside that. This is not going to show later. Okay, so there we go. So now I know that one's perfectly centered. So now I'm going to just kind of eyeball it on this one. There is a, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a little mark on the top where you can use that as your center point, going in opposite directions to the first mark. And I'll just turn it around and eyeball it and make sure that it looks pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to start going the opposite direction all the way around the ball, and I'm dividing the ball up in segments. It's a styrofoam ball, one of those, you know, it's not the ones with the little holes in it, it's kind of a solid ball. So I'm making 8 segments. I'm going to go ahead now and move the elastic over. I have used ribbon and string, and then I finally decided maybe an elastic band might be a little bit easier to deal with. Okay, so here I go for the last. I want to get that centered up a bit better. There we go, that looks right to me. Oops. I'll go ahead, follow that around, and follow it right. And I can see it needs to be over a little bit, so there we go. Whoops. Okay, so I got all my little lines marked. And through trial and error, I've discovered that the best way to do this is with a little X-Acto. And I moved the X-Acto knife out quite a distance. It's actually probably even a little bit more, maybe not quite. Okay, so it's 2 sections, oops, sorry, 2 sections or 2 blades deep, and then, you know, part way into the, it's actually 3 blades deep, but there's only 2 above the break-off point. See? So whatever that measurement is, I could measure it, but anyway, I just wanted to show you what I'm doing is, oops, sorry, I have to go back and lock that. My blade wasn't locked. And I'm sinking that right into the ball, up to the break-off point of the blade. I want to really get that deep because I'm going to need that depth later. So here it is. And you can see the side that I didn't complete. I actually haven't pierced that one yet. Whoops. So I'll do that now. And I left it because I wanted to show you how I make these. Okay, there we go. Now I'm just going to do a little bit of widening of the hole. I'm going to use a plastic knife to do that. I've used other things, but this plastic knife seems to work pretty well. Okay, so there. Now, I'll show you what I did. I made a template, just using paper, and okay, so I saw, pardon me, folded it in half, and I just measured so that I had a little bit on each side, and I made it so that it's tapered at the ends because of course this is narrower, and also it gave it a little extra on the top edge to tuck in there, so you can see how that fits. And then I just pressed out some fabric, and I'm about to cut it down to the right size. And then I'll go ahead and show you. You can alternate fabrics, all different kinds of configurations on these, but what I like to do is just change up the print so it's not consistent around the ball. Okay, so here we go. This is all you do. You lay your fabric on and kind of try to find the widest part of the segment and the widest part of the fabric, and just kind of tuck it in a little bit there to get it started. Okay, and I alternate between one side and the other. Oop.